Hello friends, it's Sunday, December 15th, and this is my weekly development log for paddles, balls, blocks, and walls. I feel like I got a lot done in the past week despite hitting a few bumps in the road. I didn't get nearly the amount of work done on audio and music as I had planned, as I spent most of my time working on problems related to the web export of the game. In other words, features that I had been creating, such as a level selection menu, worked fine from the Godot editor. But upon exporting for the web, the graphic assets I was using for it could not be found in the resource data area that was created. I tried several different workarounds, including an upgrade to Godot 4.4 development version, which seemed really promising at first, and it actually fixed my issue. However, I later found out that it created several other problems that weren't immediately apparent, and I made the decision to switch back to 4.3. I eventually created a menu that works, and it is very much what I would call a workaround, as it bypasses a lot of Godot's powerful functionality as a trade-off for compatibility. Overall, I learned a lot from the experience, and that's what's important. I finally finished the new ball physics mode, which causes the ball to act a lot more like the original block game that inspired this one. I can now much more easily control the movement of the ball and also its collision responses with the walls and the blocks. I've decided to set this as the default mode from now on, and it actually makes the game a lot easier to play, but the old physics mode can always be turned back on from the settings menu for a greater challenge. I'll eventually use this mode in some sort of difficulty settings once I get those implemented. Over the course of the next week, I'd like to add 10 more levels and then have short music clips written and recorded for each of them. I want to add more in-game sounds, like sounds for each pickup item or power-up. I also added a completely 3D help menu that I'm adding things to at a very slow rate, but I like where it's going so far. I'm pretty certain that all the menus in the game will eventually end up this way. There's certainly more work to create, but that's not a big deal. The goal here is to make a great game that's fun to play and not cut any corners. There are no time constraints, and as long as my parents don't kick me out of their house, I should be okay for a while. Thanks to everyone who's been following the game, and please keep the comments and suggestions coming. They really help me out a lot. I'll see you next week. Play the game at chadoop.itch.io.